were created by Leon Fenster. Us Jews are sharing a planet that has been rapidly transforming, particularly over the last 100 years, with mass fossil fuel extraction. Carbon in the atmosphere has grown exponentially. What's cracking up? Is it you, me, or the planet? These images are from Project Earthrock, a multimedia resource created by myself, George Christie, and Leon Fenster to help people understand sustainability basics. Here we can see what is normally invisible, the carbon in the atmosphere created by our lifestyles. The Great Horse Manure Crisis. In 1894, the Times newspaper predicted in 50 years, every street in London will be buried under 9 feet of manure. Then came the motor car. And with the disappearance of horse manure came the problems of air pollution and climate change. In The Energy Glut, Ian Roberts and Phil Edwards outline how the combination of the overproduction of energy-dense foods and our increasingly restricted physical lives are a climate change and health disaster double whammy. So let's try to discover the sweet spots where health and a stable planet meet. Children can often see that which we are too busy to notice. Whilst these cars facilitate our lives, they are restricting it at the same time. Cars are killing us in 3 ways. They're literally knocking us over, poisoning our lungs, and increasingly creating a chaotic planet. Even posh futuristic vehicles have similar outcomes for us. They take us out of our physical bodies and confine our exercise opportunities to the gym. I wonder how different society would look if children were taught at school, cars are our enemy, treat them accordingly. Caught up. The Wright brothers would no doubt be impressed and amazed by how easy it is to fly to Australia these days. But 8 tons of carbon burnt in the process is 4 times your safe annual carbon allowance. Flying needs to be a very infrequent treat if we want climate stability. And how often do we fly to destinations that are really very similar to ones that we can find close to home? The word staycation irritates me, feel free to ask me about that later, but some people have explored our whole planet but have never made it to the beautiful parts of their homeland. Cornwall, Scotland, anybody? So here we have triplets on bikes. Are you witnessing just how sexy these gender-neutral beings are? I joke, but I'm also serious. The big corporates will make less money from low-carbon lifestyles, so there need to be more drivers and smaller people doing it. If you can sell low-carbon lifestyles, you have your future made. So let's move from the bigger picture to the more intricate details. Nearly 10% of domestic electricity is just wasted, equipment left on standby, lights, etc. Is it so cheap, our electricity, that we're willing to waste so much of it? Apparently so. This giraffe featured in our animation on the main stages of the Glastonbury Festival this year. She walks into the forest and gradually gets submerged in our rubbish. Fortunately, she finds a snorkel and manages to come up for air. The circular economy is looking like a must-have rather than a pipe dream. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink, said Samuel Coleridge. Noah might have said that a few years earlier as well. When will water become more expensive than oil? In 20, 30 years perhaps? The modern tap and water systems make consumption super easy, but all water processes are energy intensive. In this cartoon, we show how domestic water use drains our natural resources. Many people find it hard to make the connection between that which flows from our taps and that which should be in our lakes and rivers. But of course, the two are siblings, and there is indeed rivalry. Do you own a shower timer? You could be a meat reducer, why not be a meat reducer? No need to be a planet bruiser, you could eat less meat. Kosher cows and sheep are very high carbon. Sadly, trafe pork is lower. But never fear, because Jewish salmon and tuna are even lower still. These campaigners got their dinosaur back. Hard to believe, I know. You'll have to watch our cartoon because it provides the evidence. But whilst we might just be small grains, passion is power. And if you share your passion, you will never know where it might lead. Everything big is made up of small parts. The mighty desert is just grains of sand. If a grain stands and says, I'll make a difference, soon there'll be others lending a hand. This year, we launched Project Earthrock, our multimedia resource about climate change and sustainability. At the launch, Morgan Phillips from Eco Schools England talked about how we need creative children and adults to respond to the resource challenges that we face. Here is creativity in abundance. That pretty. In this Schmitter year, as Jews, it is our responsibility and opportunity to be switched on to global resource use and how it is affecting our planet. This will enable us to play a positive leadership role as part of the global efforts to achieve climate safety. Check out these organisations to find out how you can get involved.